item and just do like 5 star jumps and 2 burpees and 1 whatever that's called. Do a video, do it in slow motion, put some, what's this new rapper's names?
I don't know. I don't follow new rappers.
Right, so young something. There's always a young something.
Or
Little something.
Lil.
Yeah, so little something, young something. Put the song in there. Do like 2 fast clips and 1 slow motion clip with someone bouncing and jumping, and then boom, end of the product. Just put, this is my product. Done. That's game. You're gonna sell like crazy. As long as you have slim, fake people doing the video, you've sold. Game.
Social proof.
Social proof. That's it.
And the last one's the law of reciprocity, which is that, you know, people tend to reciprocate. It's almost hardwired in us, for the most part, to give back if something's given to you. So a simple example of that would be if someone gives you a sample of something, you're more likely to then purchase something because you've been given something.
Is it?
It says the guy with some samples in his gym as we speak.
Sorry, just
Really?
Just hit me now that all these guys give me free samples. I'm like, feel no one that bought the products.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Like when you look at, and if you have those things, because people will hear this stuff and go, oh, well, that's interesting. But if you remember it, every advert you see, you'll be able to spot like 2, 3, 4, do you know what I mean, of these things, and you'll be like, oh shit. But it's operating on a level. It's about those are laws of unconscious influence. So if you're not conscious of them, it's very easy for people to use them against you.
Okay, that's game. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Welcome, man.
See, you've learned something today. Not me and you. I know. I'm here all day. Yeah. So, from our persistence and perseverance and everything else, and our scarcity.
Scarcity.
Nah, bro, I'm helping you. You know, I'm reciprocating. Reciprocity. You know, scarcity.
Go on.
Just saying, bro. Scarcity. How does that, right? How do we use it in real time?
Which one? Pick one.
Scarcity. Scarcity.
Let's go with scarcity, yeah?
I'm going with scarcity, bro. Okay, we're going to fight the world.
Let's go with scarcity. So, a great example, and we've spoken about this before, I think, is if you are too available in terms of your time and your attention, it won't be valued. So the fundamental idea is that which is easily obtained is not really valued, and the stuff that's harder to obtain we value more. So, for example, you can't, walk around the corner and pick some diamonds from the ground. Diamonds are scarce. That's why diamonds are harder to reach, but that's why diamonds are valued more.
I severely beg to differ.
But if you're not, let's say your attention, what are you talking about? You've said this yourself. You're contradicting yourself. You've spoken about this when it comes to attention before.
Here's how. Right. It's do not give jewelry to swine.
Do not cast your pearls before swine.
Booyah. So when it comes to scarcity, bro. Anyway, when it comes to that, right? I know. It's quality and quantity, right? So those who don't appreciate your presence, that's where you want to be scarce. Does that make sense? Where you are appreciated, you stay there more. So generally, not all shoe sizes are the same. If that makes sense. So it's not everywhere. So you're not always gonna be a scarce commodity everywhere. You go here.
You say you would be though.
No. I'm saying so. I'm saying so.
Okay, you said you disagree. What did you disagree with?
That's right, because everyone's individual. So what I disagree about, you're not always gonna be scarce everywhere. So you can be scarce here, or you could be in abundance here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So where you are appreciated, where you are loved, where you are everything, you give them more time there than where you're not appreciated.
Yeah, I feel like you're just being difficult to be yourself. I was going to say difficult to be difficult, but I think you're just being you. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I was just talking about the fundamentals of what the law of scarcity is, and it's just that if something is too readily available, it doesn't tend to be valued.
That's
for the most part.
That's absolutely.
That's the fundamental. But I agree with you absolutely. Like I'm not, when it comes to environments which are healthy and good for me and relationships that are good for me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna disappear and be hard to get hold of. Like, how would that serve me?
Is that like Oxted in the Caribbean show?
Explain the analogy, please.
I go and buy Oxtail, so it's finished.
I don't know if they apply the law of scarcity, but oxtail is often scarce. I'd have to agree with you.
Oh, dude, it's like just one Oxtail, bro.
The thing that always surprises me with things like that, because that applies to different things in different places, right? It's like, why don't they make more? Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you know this thing is going to be really, really popular, why don't you take that into account?
Here's my theory. That's why they don't make more. It's the jinx theory.
Is it not crying?
It's the jinx theory. It's basically like, okay, I'll make 2 pots and I'll sell 2 pots. One more. Okay, cool. Tomorrow I'll make 3 pots. You make 3 pots, nothing sells.
Okay.
It's just weird. It's like the human constant. When you say, okay, I'm gonna make more than this, it doesn't sell. And then the one day you're like, I don't care, I'm not making anything. Everyone wants it.
Interesting. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's not it. We don't know. It's like some mornings when I want to go and teach class in the morning, I'm like, yeah, this morning I'm pumped. Everyone's gonna get it. Da, 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 da. No one shows up.
Yeah, you can't humans. Yeah, you're right. Humans are so unpredictable, man.
And then the day that I'm like, I'm not in the mood today, everyone shows up. I'm like, oh.
You know what I had that with content. Sometimes I'll do something and I'm thinking this is gonna hit. Like people are gonna connect with this. This is fine, and it's like crickets. And then sometimes I'll just have some random throwaway thought. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna share this, and it'll be like 100 people will, and it's like you just never know.
Yep. I see that. There's the sideline, something else again. The movie Nope, Jordan Peele.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the guy that did, what's that thing called again?
Get Out.
Yes, Get
I
Out.
haven't seen that yet either, but I've been told it's really good.
Them and all the other films. The funny thing about that Jordan Peele is, you would not think he was a good horror writer, director. You wouldn't know, because if you watch the Key and Peele, that's him. That's him.
Sure.
Key and Peele, the Key and Peele shorts is Jordan Peele. That's him. It's the short guy. It's lovely. It's quite surprising when someone like that has that skill. But this is the thing: is that most times you see that you underestimate people's abilities to do things, because you see them as one thing, so you now assume that that's the only thing they're good at.
I think a factor to that too is it was probably a lot easier for him to impact with the comedy stuff initially. Do you know what I mean? To kind of get that stuff out there rather than just showing up as I direct horrors. I'm sure doing that stuff first put him in a position. Do you know what I mean? Put himself in a position to do.
There you go.
The other stuff.
And if he didn't come out publicly with all this talent, everyone only see him as a short skit comedy person.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So it's like, example, me. People see me and only see me as a personal trainer. Oh, that's Kes, the personal trainer. What? I'm a person, I have other things I do in my life other than just hold pads for you, But it happens because I think for other human beings, it's easy to just put you in that content,
box.
that box in the head,
100%.
because that means I don't have to think much.
100%.
Because if I have to think of you as anything more than that, that means I'm using part of my brain that I didn't want to use today, and I'm tired, and I'm not in the mood for that. I see that. We just tend to do that sometimes as human beings. It's fair. It's fine. It's game. It's game. Yes, sir.
So you was gonna say, so if we go back to persistence for a sec, what would you suggest to the gentleman watching this that want to be more persistent, disciplined? Do you have any thoughts on building that, maybe building their daily discipline / rituals, or
Right. It's quite simple, actually. Practice being uncomfortable.
jeez, boom,
Get used to being uncomfortable.
some fire advice, man. Reminds me of my burpees this morning, but go ahead.
You get too comfortable being comfortable that the moment discomfort kicks in, everyone just goes, oh no, this is hard. Right, I quit. When you are used to being uncomfortable, you're good. Just practice being uncomfortable. The more discomfort there is, the stronger your resilience is. When you are used to, I'll use it in fighting terms, right? If you don't spar, you can't fight. If you don't practice fighting, you can't fight. You can watch 1,000 Rocky movies all you want to. You can watch a million Bollywood films all you want to. You can watch every fight tape, every MMA fight, every glory fight out there. If you are not physically putting yourself, your body and your mind through it, you are not going to be able to do what needs to be done when push comes to shove. So the whole premise of sparring and fighting is basically you are constantly being uncomfortable. People are pushing you where you don't want to be pushed. They're hitting you in ways you don't want to get hit. They're doing things to you that you don't like on a consistent basis. So get accustomed to that. You get used to that, your mind and body grow a resilience and ability to be able to handle being uncomfortable. You get used to being uncomfortable. Once you get used to that, it's no longer shows in your face anymore. That's your stoicism right there.
boom.
You know, I try to teach these things without everyone sparring and fighting. So even, my gym, I tend to stop people these days from sparring. If I've not seen you in a long time, if I've not seen you consistently, if I've not seen you in a while, I'm not going to just expect you to walk from outside to sparring. No, go and sit down. I want to know where your head is before you start throwing things, because what I've come to notice is the ones who are not consistent in training come in sparring and then they treat it like it's war. Here's how, here's why. When you've not trained in a long time, and you've not sparred in a while, there's something in you that makes you go, oh, I'm missing out. I've missed out. You train once in a month. Something in you tells you, oh, everyone else is consistent, but I'm not consistent. So what then happens is, when you start sparring the guys who are actually better than you can see and feel that they're more technical or they're less rusty than you because you're not consistent. And what happens, you get emotional, like we said again earlier about people getting hit and then reacting. You now get emotional and all you are seeing is you're seeing red and you want to take heads off. So the ones who are coming to train consistently, you try to hurt them just to win that round. Because all you are seeing now is now. Though I need to win this round, not seeing that you're trying to hurt them. But because you're all in your own cloud, you don't see how much damage you're causing people that train consistently. And if I let that go, you're gonna hurt somebody. You're gonna be fine with your ego because you hurt somebody. But that person you hurt can't train tomorrow, the next week, whatever, because of your folly.
Why would you risk your child's life?
Human beings.
To get across the road, like, what's the wait going to be? An extra 2 minutes? It's baffling.
Human beings.
I think that's amazing advice.
I try.
That is, I've definitely allowed myself to get a little
It is what it
too
is.
comfortable.
It's also the reason. So I've now done like my standards and codes of conduct for my fighters, people who are training. If I don't see you in my gym consistently, you're not gonna fight.
That's good.
So if you say, "Oh, I want to fight," I can get a fight for you, no problem. That's easy. I have fight shows every weekend. I want to fight, I get in a fight show. If I don't see you 4 times a week, you're not fighting in my show. You're not fighting. You're not gonna go out there, represent me, and do that. No. If I don't see you 4 times a week, you're not fighting. If I say 1, 2, 3, and you give me 3, 2, 1, you're not fighting. If you can't respond to simple orders, you're not fighting. Fight somewhere else. Go somewhere else. That's fine. You're not fighting.
I respect it.
Because on the outside, we just think is that no, it's deeper than that. I just don't have the time or the patience to explain the whole intricacies. But just at the moment, if you can't do these 3 things, you are not ready. Simple as that.
Fighting is very serious, man. Like, it's interesting because when you watch it, sorry, let me speak for myself. Like, when I used to watch fights, it was almost an element of it not being real because, you know, I'm looking at the screen and blah, blah. But when you're there at a fight, watching, or the most extreme level, when you're in it, like, you can feel this is not a joke. This like someone could get seriously hurt or even killed possibly. Do you know what I mean? Like, you sign a waiver. Anytime you're doing something where you got to sign a waiver, you know it's real. And I think people gotta take that shit seriously, man. I get it completely. That you gotta have certain levels of.
I think that's the difference. It's one thing to go, "Oh, I've been in a million street fights," whatever. So it's one thing to be in a road and fight someone who hasn't got as much experience as you do. Yeah. It's another to be in a ring and fight somebody who is as experienced as you or better. It's a whole different ball game because you're both throwing the same thing. You're doing the same thing, but this person also has a level of experience and training to do that same thing. What people don't even realize is that a person who is training for a fight has got more dense muscle than the regular human being. So me as a fighter, my jab is a lot more painful, has a lot more oomph than someone's power punch. Does that make sense? My kick has a lot more power than any other person's kick. So a person will have to do a running football kick to throw power. I can just go back.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more dense muscle that's been trained over decades, and it's very concentrated. That no matter how much body fat the person can accomplish, that's still gonna be there. And that's the reality of people who train to fight, is that there's that dense musculature that anything they throw is a lot more dangerous. It's not even on the externals, on the internal. Like someone could hit you in your chest and break your sternum, break your bones, crack your bones, and you don't even realize it. You just have this massive discomfort for like 3 to 6 months. You don't even realize it. Just that little hit. Small things like that. But what do we know, right?
It's interesting to me also, like, when you're in So when I'm in a gym and you hear the sounds of someone hitting a bag, and then you think, this person's gonna be hitting another human.
Like that.
Do you know what I mean? Like the fact the human body can withstand certain things is kind of incredible. Like when you.
Thank you. I like how you said that. It's the same for the offense and the defense of it. So on the offensive part, the muscles, like I said, are more dense, right? Also for the defensive part. So the body has now evolved, not adapted, has evolved to be able to withstand impact. Because the fighter can take pain.
Yeah.
And be stoic about it. A fighter can take so much pain and not show it. When the bones clash, when this happens, they get hit in the face, they get hit everywhere, they break their nose, but then they're stoic, like it didn't happen. But then they keep going and going and going, like it didn't happen.
I think in terms of that whole thing of being stoic, fighting is I think it's the best school for that. I remember one time, right, and this was after being through numerous experiences and sparring a long time. I remember one time someone hit me, and my vision just went blurry. Like I couldn't see anything. It was just like a blur. And my first thought was like, "Fuck, I can't see." But then my second thought was, "He doesn't know I can't see." Do you know,
like that.
Do you know what I mean?
I like that.
And so it was like, he's got no idea. So it's like, okay, let me keep moving. And I could make out like a blur in front of me. And it took maybe 20 seconds or whatever. And then my vision was back. But he never knew. And it's like that's the sort of thing fighting teaches you. Like it teaches you, just don't lose it. No matter what happens, you can't lose your shit.
It's so true. Yep.
You gotta be
so
like,
true.
yeah, it's hard to even explain, but
everybody be cool.
yeah, because I've seen it. Like if I'm sparring someone and they start, like, I remember sparring one guy, and at the end of the round he was like, thinking to myself,
yeah, if you're tired, don't show it.
Okay, just like you can't show tiredness, you can't show pain, you can't be showing fear, anger, like, yeah, that's cute. It's funny because when I was trying to do some screen combat, they kept on saying to me, no, you need to like show, like when someone hits you, you need to turn and be like, oh, and it was like, no, I've spent years training myself to not show anything, and now I've got to be like,
that's the
like it was.
You're right.
Like, it's
that's
complete opposite with film.
Because you get two sides. You get the entertainment wrestlers and you get the fighters. So the entertainment wrestlers, the John Cena's, the Rock, Batista, all these guys, they are good at acting fight scenes because they come from a background of acting fight scenes, right? That's good. But now professional fighters who go into acting, it's hard for them to do that because they are so accustomed to being hit and not flinching.
And it's even more than that, because it's like you've been trained to hide your shots, right? You've been trained to make your shots as efficient as possible.
I keep saying that, yeah, because
now you got to do the opposite. Now you got to do it so the camera can see it. So it's like if I'm throwing a hook, I'll make that shit tight, compact, pound, and turn it over.
Yeah.
But on the camera, you need to show it, like throw it in a way where they can see the whole swing and say, oh,
I've got a few students who are stunt actors, and so I'm constantly making them understand the difference between screen fighting and real combat. It's like, I get it. It's like, because for a movie, we need to dance.
Yeah, it's the look. It's the aesthetic.
Even the crowd has to see the move before it happens. Because if they don't see it, then it doesn't count. The crowd has to see the move. 1, 2. My dance partner has to know this is the next step.
Exactly, because it's choreography. Yeah. It's like I punch,
dancing,
you turn,
exactly.
I do this, you
so
do
I'm
that.
gonna go, hey, boom, hey, boom, hey, boom. So you know when the hand goes there, this happens next. So there's that choreography the whole time. I know that the whole time, the choreography. So in real combat, no one goes, hey, buddy, I'm about to throw a left hook. 3, 2, 1, left hook. Yay! Get down, boom.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So there's a wide angle. So it's cute.
There's beats, yeah. It's very much like dance because you got your beats in it. Like there might be where you hit him, and there might be a moment where he stumbles back a bit and he kind of regroups and then he comes. But after you've run through it a certain amount of times, it's like a pattern. It's like a kata or a dance or a set pattern. But real fighting, like you say, it's not like that. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. All this talk is making me want to fight.
Please, I don't want to fight.
Are you really doing fights every weekend now? You said show every week. Literally every week.
There's a show every weekend. I get invited to a show every weekend.
Interesting.
I've always been in shows every weekend before COVID, and after COVID, things.
So do you have people fighting from your club every week?
Some clubs, sometimes every. So there are many shows every weekend, but I turn a few down because if I don't know your club, I'm not gonna go there. If I don't know you as an organizer, I'm not gonna go there. I don't go to fight shows with my team, whereas at the end of the night it's gonna be a fight outside the club. We're not doing that. If
So there's places that are like that where there's a good possibility.
Yes. If I see your security team is lackadaisical, if I see you're not well organized, if I see that there are a few holes in your game, I'll go, you're not ready. No, I won't come for this. There needs to be an amount of professionalism before we can go out there.
What now?
Big words.
Professionalism, yeah?
Professionalism.
Professionalism and scarcity, I'm learning.
Scarcity. Hair. It's the hair. Scarcity. Scare.
I was working with this Italian guy yesterday and he was like, English people, man. I guess what he's like, he was swallowing your words. Bottle of water. Water.
Like,
I want a bottle of water.
It's like the tea is scarce. Not seriously, I didn't say it. The tea is scarce, not scarce. The tea is scarce. Water.
I love it when people from other countries take the piss out of English people.
I love when Americans do it.
Yeah, when Americans do it.
Shrimp on the barbie.
It's always hilarious.
Shut up. Get out.
Get out of here, man.
I can't do it like this, please. It's a Bob's your uncle, mate. It's like, guy, why? Who sent you?
Yeah, Americans always coming to me with this tea and crumpet foolishness. that's the one that gets on my nerves a little bit because no one don't eat no tea and crumpets, man. Like, all right, there's a tiny. I don't eat them.
I'm gonna confess. We all do know. Okay, it's a little bit tea and crumpet, you know, like
an occasional crumpet. No, I don't eat crumpets. Tea, I don't really do. Tea, alright, English people tea, fair enough. But the crumpet thing, man, like you've obviously been watching some old English TV shows, like some 40 Towers or some
BBC
foolishness.
BBC 70s.
Yeah.
Nigel 40. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Anything you want to add?
Don't do drugs.
I'm good. I don't have anything to add. I feel like we dropped enough. Look into them laws though.
Which laws again?
See if I can remember them. Law of authority, law of liking.
No. 6 laws.
Oh, the 6 laws of unconscious influence.
By
Robert Cialdini. Cialdini.
See. If someone said to me,
The book's called Influence.
If someone said to me, put a gun on, I don't know, my friend's head, said, Kes, spell Cialdini. I'm like, I love you. I might have to die for this one. See? Wait, hold on. See?
Look me in the eyes.
Look me in the eye. I love you. See? Can I phone a friend? What's your PIN number first? Just in case I spell it wrong. C.
Give me all your passwords now.
Your password. Write it down first. Wait. Cialdini. C. Over there, stalling.
Stop stalling, man. Come on, get to it.
Oh god. Can we get another word like hospital? You know? Or perseverance. P.
You right though. I know you right. I've read some of your Oh my goodness. I've read some of your emails. You're right.
You're right. Alright, everyone. Yeah, that's about it. Don't do drugs. Episode 12. It's been emotional.
I thought it was 13.
Episode 13.
Drink your smoothie.
Yeah, drink your smoothie. My chest.
Fucking God.
So, Just Cruising episode 13, sponsored by Smoothie.
Made snot come out my nose.
It's been emotional. Peace.
Love.